All right, so like I said, I'm just going to resume this. Hopefully you guys were following along and doing all this other stuff because the milestone will be a lot easier for you then. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a space. It's going to be 15 feet by 12 feet, 15 feet and close. I'm going to go ahead and join this. We'll offset this in 6 inches. We'll divide these two spaces in the middle with a 4-inch interior wall. So I'll use that midpoint and I'm just going to offset this 2 inches to either side. Just to double check, make sure I got, yeah, that's the midpoint. Okay, so we'll go ahead and delete this. We will have, let me double check here. Okay, so we'll create spaces for 3-foot windows on the 12-foot wall here. So I'm just going to move this up 1'6", offset 3 feet back down, and then I'll just do a copy. So I don't have to redraw that because it's just going to go in the same spot. At the bottom here, we haven't really done too many interior walls yet, so this might kind of be some of your first. So I'm just going to, again, I'm going to use the wall thickness to determine this offset. So in this case, it's going to be 4 inches up. And then I'll offset this. We'll create a 2'6" space for a door right there. In this corner, we'll go ahead and move this over 6 inches. Then we'll offset this. There'll be a 2-foot window here. Offset this another 6 inches. Oh, sorry, got that backwards. Offset this 3 feet. Offset this 6 inches. And then offset this 2 feet. And that way we have that spaced out. Okay, so that makes up all of our stuff there. Let's go ahead and trim this out now. So I'll do trim, and we'll clear out all of our doors gaps and window gaps here. Don't forget to get that little space right there. And we've got, oh, no, let's see, got just too far, and it got mad at me. So yeah, trim works great until it doesn't. So at this point, I would have to hit escape, and then I would come back and rerun trim just to get that little spot right there. So let's go ahead and hit, we'll run hatch. We'll fill all these in. And then hopefully, like I said, you guys followed along with the video. So at this point, I have a 2'6" door right here. Now keep in mind that we're going to have this open into this space. So what I will do is I will place that there, and then I'll go ahead and mirror this. Yeah, I'll go ahead and erase. And that lets me get a little rotate in there. Now we can place that door there. Now I don't have a 3-foot interior door here. Right, I don't have a 3-foot door yet, so I'll go ahead and make one real quick. And again, we'll do start, center, end. So start, center, hold down control to reverse, and there we go. While I'm at it, I'll just go ahead and create this as a block. So this will be door 3'0". Pick our point, non-annotative, hit OK, and we should have a block now. I'll do W block, export this to my CAD blocks file that I'll keep going, and we'll move on. Let's see, what windows do we have? I have a 2'2" window. So I'll bring this one in here, and then I'll just explode this. And I'll take these edges right here. It's 2'2", so I need another 10 plus 12. It's going to be 22 inches, and we'll just double check that now. Should be 3 feet. No? Oh, wait, sorry. Can't do math. All right. No. Oh, right. Yeah. So that should be 3'4" because I have 2 and 2. So if I extend this to there, This should come out 10. This should come out 10. And this should come out 10. Okay, so now I have, this should be sufficient for a 3-foot window, so I'll go ahead and do block. We'll do window, single pane, 3, 0. Was it 3-foot? Yeah, 3-foot window. Okay. Specify our point. Actually, let's not do this yet. Let's move this into position. So we'll do move. I'll place it right there. I need to rotate this, so we'll get it into the right position, and then we'll actually convert it to a block. And we'll move this up 2 inches. Okay, so there we go. It's in position now. Now I can take this. And we'll convert this to a block. This will be window, single pane, 3 foot 0 inches. Pick a point. Again, pick a point on the wall where you can associate this to. Non-annotative. Good to go. There we go. Now I can just copy this, rotate it. Come on. 180 degrees. And then because it's a block, I can just grab that point I have, that floating point, put it in position. We'll do that one more time. So I've got this window here. We'll go ahead and explode this. And we need it to fit that 2-foot space. So I'll just move everything up 12 inches. So let's do 12, 12, 12, and 12. We'll go ahead and we'll just create a pseudo point for this because that last one was too painful. So we'll just do a 2-inch spot right there. And then just make sure we deselect that right there. We'll do block, window, single pane, 2, 0. Pick our point and it'll be right there. And we're good to go. And then again, we'll associate it to the corner we need to. Rotate it into position like that. Okay, so that gets us our doors. We have our doors, walls, and windows. So again, if you were following along with the previous demo, you should have blocks 4. And we'll go ahead and just place them in there for now. So we'll get our elevation symbol 4 up right here. I don't care what it says for now. Just that it's there, and then next week we'll deal with what these actually have in them. We'll get another block for our room label. Did I not do that? I didn't do that. Did I not? I thought I did. Ooh. Okay, well then I'll just have to create my label. So set this back to 1 to 1. Annotate. We will do 1/8 inch text. Justify center. And this will just be room name. And then we'll do another one that's going to be 3/32 text. And this will be room dims. Create a single point there. We'll snap them both to it. And then this guy right here. Move down, what, 1/8 inch? Yeah. Okay. Make sure we're at 1 to 1. We'll go ahead and block this. This will be symbols room label. Big point on screen. Sure. It will be annotative, so we'll hit OK. Really? Go to create it and it says it's there. Oh, here it is. Okay, there we go. So we've got our room label symbol, so we'll go ahead and insert this one in. We'll put it right there. This will be, we'll just call this for now room 1. And we don't know what the dimensions are, so I'm just going to put gibberish right there for now. We'll go ahead and set this to 1/4 inch and make sure the scale applies to this. So we've got our room labels here. We'll go ahead and just, actually let's put room 2 and we'll do 10 foot 0 inch x 10 foot 0 inch. Copy that. And then we'll come over to this one. Put that in there. Oh, I've got it backwards. Room 1. Caps. Room 1. Room 2. Okay. So we've got our room labels, we have our dimension, or we have our elevation markers. We're going to go ahead and dimension this real quick. So we'll go to annotate, linear. Now I kind of want to go over again just how dimensions work. So we're going to go from the corner to the center right here of this window. We'll come out 3 feet, and we can hit continue, and we'll go to the edge here. This next one will need a temporary line for the center of this door, so I'll just draw that in real quick. We'll do linear again, and again I'm going to go from the corner to the center. So notice I'm going corner, center, 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 like to things, but I'm always coming back to the corner, and we'll kind of build upon this as the semester goes on. So there's to the center of the door. We'll do continue, and then because I can, I'll just snap to right there. Now this is a little trickier for this because I'm going to go to the center of this wall right here. So I'll find that center right there, and then I'll come out and see if I can't get a snap here. So I got that intersection right there, and we'll do that. We'll start it again, linear, corner, and we'll go right. Oh, come on. Where's the center? There we go. 3 feet. Continue to the corner. Start a new line, linear. And again, we'll go from the edge here. I'll find, this one will be a little bit trickier because I've got to go a lot further of a distance. Well, actually, no, we should be right in the center here. So 3 feet, continue, there. Now we're going to do another pass around. What this first set is showing is it's going to show corner distances to the things that are in the middle here. The next one we're going to do is we're going to do, if we don't have anything else to show, we're just going to go edge to edge. So in this case, I don't have a line breaking this one up. So I'm just going to go all the way across here. So this will be 4 feet. Now this one, I have this wall that's right here. So this one, I'm going to go from here to the center here and bring this one out 4 feet. And then we can continue to the edge. This one, because I don't have any walls here, just like this one over here, I'm just going to do all the way across at 4 feet. This one, I'm going to, because this is already documented, if I did this up here, it would be the exact same thing. So instead, I'm just going to do one across here as well. And then finally for this one, I'm going to do one all the way across here as well. So I'll just do another linear. And this one will come out 5 feet. Just do a quick double check and make sure that none of, or we'll get rid of our 10th line right here. We'll make sure none of these lines are actually touching the structure. This can pop out a little bit. I did update my lines to be, I think, a 32nd of an inch instead of what they were. So just make sure that none of those lines are touching the building. You should have a gap going all the way around. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to document these interior rooms. So I will do another linear, and we'll go from corner to corner of the interior here. And interiors, like this is kind of more of a standard process for the exterior. Interiors really become kind of their own sort of art, if you will. They can be a bit of a nightmare. And so trying to get everything to fit in an interior space can be a lot of trouble because there's so much stuff going on in a lot of them. So we'll go ahead and fit that right there. And then we'll get the width of each room as well. So we'll just do that. And then I'll do another one for this space as well. And so now, thanks to these, we can see what our actual room dimensions are. So if we wanted to, we should go in here. We'll do properties. And this is 6'10", 6'10" by, oh, what happened there? Did I just explode it somehow? So room 2, this will be 6. What's going on? 6'10" by 11'0". And then, because these are the same size, this is the same right here. So at least we can copy that in there. Okay, so we have our dimensions, we have our elevation markers. Let's go ahead and throw, I created north facing section, so let's go ahead and use that. Oh, of course I named it nonsense. We'll go ahead and put this in, and then I'm just going to explode this real quick. Or not. I do have this one. Okay. We'll leave default values for that. I did create it. Okay. And then we'll set 1/4 inch. Annotate at current scale. Nope. Looks like I didn't do that one. That's the one I must not have done annotative, but it's the right thing. So 1:1. Let me make sure this is correct first before I do anything. Yeah, that's way too small. Okay. Let me just double check this one, scale list. Oh, shoot. That one I wanted to do. Add delete scales. Okay, so that's a 1/4 inch. This one is 1/4 inch. Okay. All right, sorry. I'm getting all over the place here. So we've got. Oh, right, I was going to make a section marker. So let me go back and make that section marker real quick. Okay, got my section marker in here. So we'll go ahead and slip this right here. It looks like it's got default or some default values I threw in there. But we'll go ahead and copy this one across and see how nicely they fit in this space. So we've got our section marker right there. We'll go ahead and connect these with a line. That'll indicate where the cut is for the section marker. Okay, so as you can see, we're starting to get pretty crowded here. So we'll go ahead and go into our layers here. We will get rid of, actually we'll leave elevation markers here, but there should be a list on the project handout. So we're gonna go through and we're gonna create layers for make these all in uppercase, so walls. This will be room labels. And what's our keyboard shortcut here? Alt-N. Room labels. We'll go ahead and make this one actually elevation markers, and we'll just get rid of the other one. Blah. Spread this out. Okay. Markers. Okay. Alt-N. We have section markers. Alt-N. Doors. Windows. What did I just do there? Don't filter anything. Okay. I hate that. All right. What was I doing? Dimensions. So Alt-N. Dimensions. Okay. Dimensions will color red. Doors we will color brown. Elevation markers will leave white. Section markers will, or room labels will be white. Section markers are white. Walls are white. And windows we will make cyan. Oh, that's not cyan. That's cyan. Okay. Make sure I got everything else there. Okay. So now that we've got all our layers in place, let's go ahead and move things off to their respective layers so we can clean this up a little bit. So here's our dimensions. Looks like I accidentally grabbed that. And then we'll grab these guys as well, and that. We'll go ahead and move these off to the dimensions layer. And then once we've done that, we can just hide the layer so we can work around it. This will be our sections. And we'll go ahead and hide that layer. This and this are our elevation markers. We'll go ahead and hide those. Room labels. Oh, we've got our extra line right here we can delete. These are doors. At this point, I can just work around in the space. Okay, so this will be our windows. Now we can bring everything back in. Okay, so what's going on here? That's too far out, 1 foot. Okay, so let's go to our layouts now, and we'll do a little bit of configuration here. Again, just leave you should have a default drawing label that we created in the previous demo as well. So we've got that right here. Oh, we need a viewports layer, so we'll create one for viewports, and we'll make this one fuchsia. We'll go ahead and assign this to the viewports layer. And then we'll go to layout 2. Actually, let's just copy this right here, paste it in, so we've got that label as well. And then I'll do that. Sorry, so this one right here should be at 1/4 inch scale. So we're at 1/4 inch scale right now. This one should be at 1/8 inch scale. And we'll go ahead and make this line right here 1/4 inch, annotate, add current scale. Oh, right, because it's a single line, it's not annotative. Okay. We'll go ahead and move this up. Okay, section markers. So on this one, on this particular drawing right here, we will just filter out section markers so that that doesn't show up. So here in this drawing, we should have we need to change our room labels too. So the room labels right now, let's change them to 1/8 inch. And annotate, add current scale. And then we'll go ahead and select them too. We need to delete the 1/4 inch from them. So they should only show up at scale on the 1/8 inch drawing. So here's our 1/4 inch drawing. We have our dimension lines, elevation markers, doors, windows, it's, you know, everything else there. And then here in the other drawing, we now have just the room labels. Oops. 1/8 inch. Okay. So that's what I want to see for the milestone. Once you've got this done, go ahead and submit it. And I will see you guys in class.